My boyfriend rarely talks, but I'm very, very talkative. How do I get him talking? Because it's driving me crazy.
Well, now, he rarely talks. Do you consider him to be a nice guy? Is he okay? Is he good to you?
Yes, he's fabulous. He's great. He just does not express his feelings and he doesn't talk
Okay.
much
And
about his feelings.
and you would like to know how he feels, right? You want to know exactly what he's going through.
So I can help him out, so I can be there for him.
Well, okay. First of all, there's a personality part of this, side to this, and there's also a gender side to it as well. The personality aspect is, if he doesn't really talk, I mean, rarely, like you actually said, for a guy like that, he just might be introverted, right? And being an introvert, I'm assuming right now, based on what you've said, if he is indeed an introvert, you find out that his world is actually inside of himself. He lives within himself. He has a very rich world, rich inner world. And so most of the time you find him going into himself to actually find, comfort. He's more comfortable going inside of himself to find comfort. Now, when he does that, does he want to talk to you? Or a lot of times he does. Does he want to, express a lot of things to you? A lot of time he does. Why is he then not doing it? Because first of all, if he's indeed an introvert, you will realize that for him to talk, he always wants to make sure he says what is right. Do you understand? He wants to say what he means, and he wants to mean what he says. If he was extroverted, you will find him probably talk, actually talk before he thinks, right? But because he's introverted, the introvert doesn't want to appear does not want to ridicule himself. He wants to make sure that whatever he's saying is exactly what he wants to say. And he wants to say it exactly the way he wants to say it. They actually go through that much. And that takes a lot of toll on them as well. Now, even if he wasn't an introvert, there are seasons in the lives of a man where you find out that certain men want to consolidate themselves. They want to unite everything that they are, back into themselves. And so at a time like this, he might not talk. But in this case, this guy doesn't talk at all. You know what I advise you to do? Go for activities outside of yourself, activities apart from yourselves. Maybe both of you are focused on a movie together, and then you start to talk about the things that you're watching, and then take it back to each other and talk about yourselves, talk about each other. That just might help you a great deal.